Buenos dias, amigos. I am today going to be touching back on the topic of mindset and ways that you might work for you, the things that are working for me anyway, with keeping your mind busy, keeping you occupied. I have decided now, as you may be able to tell, to learn Spanish. After a very, very, very long time, I'm finally learning how to speak Spanish. Now, I've wanted to for years, but for some weird reason I didn't do it. Maybe it was before being disabled. I didn't have the time. But now I do, and I'm spending a lot of time doing it. I don't know, over the last 48 hours I've done about 5.5 hours worth of research and learning, which is not exactly much of a hardship because I have wanted to for such a long time, and I find it really interesting, and I find Spanish the single most gorgeous language on this planet. It is such a stunning language. Yeah, so I'm actually really enjoying myself. It's keeping me going, it's keeping me entertained, and I think that it's helping me. It really is helping me. You've got to find these things, these little interests that you may have, or things that you would, even if it's something that you, if it is learning a language, yeah, everyone knows how to speak their native language. Well, most know how to speak their native language. But if that isn't your thing, then try and find something else as well. Like, I like old coins. I like looking into old coins and always have done. I've got a fairly new interest, I don't know, about 6 months to a year old. Because of my mum's husband, I now actually find stamp collections very interesting as well, because he's got the most ridiculous stamp collection. It's kind of special, to be honest with you. And it was his dad's, and it passed it down to him. And now every so often I go through it with him, and we sit down and have a little look through them, and we do some research on them and stuff. And I actually have now started to get a stamp collection. Started getting an interest in stamps as well. So yeah, find things that keep you entertained or interested or keep your mind going. Now, as you can see there, Marvel. December 2018, or was it November? November or December 2018, the first Marvel film I ever watched. It's now May 2019, and I can't believe that it's taken me 28 years to watch a Marvel film. I can't even slightly understand it, because they are literally some of the best films ever made. No shadow of a doubt. And now I've got a sickening obsession with Marvel. I've got absolute sickening obsession. Why am I struggling to talk today? Yeah, and that's something, once again, that you could look into, and the amount of films there are for each of the characters each of the Avengers is ridiculous. Now, I haven't actually gone on to X-Men, yeah? I haven't done that, but I've just been too obsessed with the Avengers. But I am going to go on to them. Try and find something. You try and find something that you may find interesting, a language you may want to learn, and take your time to do it. Take the time to do it. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done in some circumstances. I mean, like, for people that are homebound, like me, I'm indoors most of my life, I've got a lot of time on my hands. It's boring as hell. Until you keep yourself entertained by doing something you would like to do, or something that you love. I guess this is kind of more to this is kind of it's a valid point for absolutely anybody battling their own mind. It's a valid point for absolutely anybody. But when you're more independent, you can go out whenever you want, drive your car, go down the pub, go out for a meal, go and meet your friends, or whatever. You have got people to take your mind off of your problems. Okay, you've got people there for you to help you in one way or another. When you're homebound, you spend a lot of time thinking. You spend a lot of time on your own, and it can play havoc on your mind. So you need to try and actually find something that you can take up your time and you can become a master at. Do you know what I mean? You can become a master at it. Like researching, I don't know, I've got, once again, and always have done, a love for World War Two, right? I don't know why World War Two over World War One, but I've got a real love and interest in World War Two. And Chernobyl. I find that was actually one of my aims, to go to Chernobyl before I was in a wheelchair. Now wouldn't be as good, but it was one of my aims. Find things. Keep your brain going. Keep yourself entertained. Yeah? If you keep your mind going to take it off of the problems, take it away from the bad things, then you will actually realise that you can stop yourself from being down, or to being anxious or depressed or anything. You can cut down the anxiety behind it. I have done it, so I know that a lot of people turned around to me and said, "You will get over this. You will, you know, you need to get over this. You know what I mean? You need to try and push through." And I know it's hard to listen to, but when I've come out the other side, I now know that I can, and how I know I can is, like I said before, waking up to my family every morning, is finding things interesting, something to do, something to keep myself entertained, whether it is watching films, whether it is watching series, whether it is researching into things. Keep yourself going. Eventually watching films or series is going to be like, okay, I've seen this 5 times, I've seen this 10 times, it eventually will wear off. Whereas if you put yourself, your heart and soul into learning about something, whether it be a language, whether it be history, whether it be art, whether it be stamps and collectibles and antiques and everything, doesn't matter what it is, there is so much to learn about everything. Do you know what I mean? There's so much to learn. I mean, it will keep you going for a long time, and then once you finish that, move on to something else that you like. Research about something else, because everyone's got some form of interest in them. Okay? Come on, guys. I wish you all the best, okay? I'm going to keep doing these random videos that you probably seem pointless, but I'm going to keep doing them, okay? Nice one, guys. See you later.